Azad Kashmir has always remained in the sight of Pakistan's enemies. The recent tension that has emerged in Rawalakot, Muzaffarabad, Mirpur, and other areas cannot simply be ignored as an ordinary local protest. Apparently, the issue is being linked to public demands. 12 reserved seats in the assembly, electricity, subsidies, and other political matters. But within it, there are also aspects that have raised serious questions for state institutions: the Pakistan Army, the police, and the peace of Azad Kashmir. The recent tension in Rawalakot intensified when the dispute between the banned Joint Awami Action Committee, or JAAC, and government institutions escalated. The government of Azad Kashmir imposed a ban on JAAC a few days earlier and detained several workers. After that, the organization gave a call for protest, while the authorities took strict measures due to security concerns. According to the government's position, these actions were not against the public, but were taken to maintain law and order, protect sensitive locations, and prevent possible attacks on law enforcement personnel. JAAC advanced its movement in the name of public demands. These demands included electricity, wheat subsidy, privileges of the elite, governance reforms, and the issue of 12 reserved seats in the assembly. The protesters' position was that changes should be made to the system of local representation and that the issue of reserved seats should be reviewed. However, the state's position remained that the issue of reserved seats is a constitutional matter, which cannot be resolved through street pressure, violence, or armed confrontation. For such matters, the constitutional path, the assembly, the courts, and negotiations are the correct way forward. Rawalakot emerged as an important center of this entire situation. Conditions worsened there when protesters and security forces came face to face. According to the official position, armed individuals opened fire on law enforcement personnel. According to different reports, several people, including security personnel and civilians, were killed and injured in the clashes. Different reports continued to emerge regarding the final number of deaths and injuries. But the reality is clear that the situation had turned into a serious law and order challenge. The most important question here is this: if the protest was only for public demands, then why were the police, security personnel, government property, and sensitive locations targeted? Peaceful protest can be a democratic right, but when roads are turned into battlefields, uniformed personnel are attacked, reports of firing emerge, and the writ of the state is challenged, then it is no longer possible for the state to remain silent. The position of the government and security institutions is that some elements used public issues and tried to turn the movement into a confrontation against the state. Alleged audio calls of some individuals linked to JAAC are also circulating on social media.
इलेक्शन नहीं होने देने असें कोई तन नहीं होने देने असें कॉन्फिडेंस पैदा करो कि असें खड़ा होना असें सियासत छीननी और असें सियासत अपने अंदर आनी असें अस्करियत भी छीननी और अस्करियत असें अपने बुनियादी कौम नहीं आज़ादी वास्ते लड़नी।
आप कहते हो हुकूक की आड़ में उन्होंने क्या करना था भाई? यही ना, आपसे आज़ादी लेनी थी, तो आज़ादी उनका बुनियादी है वो भी दो भाई। भारत पाकिस्तान मिलके ये करवा रहे हैं तो वो समझ आ जाएगी आपको, और यहाँ पे आपके साथ क्या होने वाला है इंशाल्लाह ये भी बहुत जल्दी आपको समझ आ जाएगी।
State circles claim that these calls mention contacts and instructions connected to Afghanistan and India. These alleged audio leaks have raised further questions about the background of this movement. According to the state narrative, anti-Pakistan networks present in India and Afghanistan are providing instructions, propaganda material, and narrative support to such elements in order to create unrest in Azad Kashmir, spread hatred against the Pakistan army, and portray state institutions as weak. India's biggest benefit is to portray Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan as unstable. When protests and violence increase in Azad Kashmir near the time of the Gilgit-Baltistan elections, India uses it as propaganda against Pakistan at the international level. The benefit for anti-Pakistan elements inside Afghanistan is that Pakistan's security focus is divided. When unrest is created in Kashmir, pressure increases on Pakistan's security forces, and the enemy uses that pressure. In this context, the matter does not remain just a local protest. Instead, it becomes part of hybrid warfare against Pakistan, where protest, social media, rumors, alleged leaks, external instructions, and anti-state narratives are used together. Azad Kashmir, Prime Minister Faisal Mumtaz Rathore, has invited the parties to return to the negotiating table, which proves that the state wants to resolve public issues through dialogue. The government says that action against those involved in the incident is continuing, but at the same time, the path of negotiations has not been closed. It is also the responsibility of the state to listen to public demands, but it is equally the duty of the state to stop those who take the law into their own hands, armed elements, and those acting on an external agenda. The Pakistan Army and Police demonstrated patience, discipline, and courage in difficult circumstances. Their aim was not to harm the public, but to stop those elements that wanted to hold the peace of Azad Kashmir hostage in the name of protest. In Rawalakot and other areas, security forces stood firm on the ground and delivered a clear message that the state of Pakistan is not weak. Where there is a peaceful demand, there will be negotiations. But where there is firing, violence, attacks on government property, and targeting of state institutions, the law will come into action. Today, the situation is certainly sensitive, but the state's message is clear. The people of Azad Kashmir are Pakistan's own people, and the solution to their problems will also be found within Pakistan's constitutional and democratic system. But if anti-Pakistan elements from India and Afghanistan dream of destabilizing Kashmir by using public issues, then the Pakistan Army, police, state institutions, and patriotic citizens will together defeat this conspiracy. Kashmir is Pakistan's jugular vein. From Rawalakot to Muzaffarabad, the peace of every city is precious for Pakistan. The solution to public issues is necessary, but violent politics carried out on the enemy's instructions can never be accepted. Rawalakot's message is clear. Kashmir was with Pakistan. Kashmir is with Pakistan, and Kashmir will remain with Pakistan.